Wake up, gamers, because you're in the Big Think Dimension, the first gaming podcast to self-isolate and sound good. Featuring KZ Excellent.
I think video game good.
Dan and Bob Video Game.
You see that mountain? You can self-isolate on that mountain, Bob.
Oh, thank God.
And Mr. Feel.
Brought to you unofficially by Spam.
Here on GigaBoots.
Okay, everyone, we need to get this out of the way up front. Welcome to our new segment, Dealing with Spam. I'm your host, Dan Video Games, and my official co-host will be Mr. Feel from Mr. Feel's Wild Ride. Thank you for joining me this evening.
Of course, very important subject.
Now, this last week, I made a number of dishes with my loving girlfriend, Toshi. We used Spam turkey. I am to understand, Mr. Feel, that you also ate Spam this week.
Yes, I ate Spam bacon flavored.
What way did you eat it? Did you just open the can and wrap your mouth around it until it slowly slid down your throat?
I actually ate it 3 different ways this week.
Oh, wow, that's a comprehensive. That's about how I did it.
I ate it raw on crackers with mustard. Raw Spam is delicious. I fried it and ate it with fried eggs.
Okay, that's similar to how I did it, yeah.
And I diced it up and toasted it in a pan with peppers and onions. Then cracked a couple eggs in it and let the eggs half set and poured it onto rice.
Oh, that's pretty good too. Yeah. So we basically did how would you describe it? It's basically like a nori wrap. So it has egg, Spam, and something else like rice and then a sauce on it. So that was one of the ways we prepared it. The other way we did a delicious breakfast sandwich involving English muffin, eggs, etc., and gochujang mayonnaise sauce. So that was delicious and flavorful. I think after trying it 2 or 3 different ways, my main impression I came out of Spam turkey with is that it's lean, but it doesn't quite have a hearty enough flavor. Like, in a way, it doesn't have that Spam taste you're looking for quite as much as you would want. Like, if you were to make musubi with it, it would be really weird. What is your analysis and review of Spam with bacon?
It has a slightly fattier taste, but otherwise is not really significantly different. I think trying to make something that is already primarily a pork product taste like a different pork product,
yeah,
is you're not going to get the most distinct flavor profile. Although I also have Spam with chorizo, which is another pork product.
Yes.
So maybe that one will taste different. I finished off the old Spam today, so there will be another Spam segment next week.
Yes, I'm looking forward to the Spam segment next week. I don't think it's going to be possible, but I'm hopeful that maybe we can secure Filipino flavor Spam. I'm trying to remember the name of the exact flavor it was.
It's either tocino or tocino.
Yeah, it's tocino or tocino.
I don't know how to say that word.
Tocino,
There's
yeah.
many varieties to try. I personally have on tap a can of teriyaki, hot and spicy, and chorizo.
The teriyaki legitimately scared me when I saw it in the store. I'm like, I'm not sure that I want that pre-soaked into my Spam. I'm not sure.
But there are many other scary varieties that I might be able to find, like jalapeno, Portuguese sausage, garlic.
Okay, I could do garlic.
And cheese.
Oh, yeah. No, cheese is going to be the end game of this whole fucking arc of the Big Thing Dimension. That's for fucking sure.
No, here's the end. Here's the end of the arc.
Oh, shit.
If we can ever find it, because it does not have any listed seller.
Oh, that's questionable.
No.
Oh, he posted it?
I posted it.
Oh, no! No.
He has posted a picture of Spam fry-shaped pork fritters.
Spam fries. I have no idea where you get these.
Time to bring back new episode GigaBoots Eats.
Yeah, that's straight up some GigaBoots Eats shit.
I went to the store intending to buy Spam today.
Yeah?
The whole Spam shelf was totally wiped.
Are you serious?
Just completely.
Which place?
Winn-Dixie.
Weird. Walmart had a shitload.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
It's been out everywhere here too, because people are like, no, we're going to be inside for 6 months. We must buy all canned meat.
So, like, the weird thing here is that at the Walmart here, the normal Spam was sold out and the low sodium Spam was almost sold out. But all the treat, which are we going to cover treat in this segment? Is that
No, treat is not the same as Spam.
I know it's technically not. It's a different brand.
It
but
tastes
still.
it tastes different and has a different texture.
And it definitely does do that. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah, they had the armor stuff in stock at Winn-Dixie as well, but I was like, I don't want to try that.
But every flavor of Spam was perfectly fine. Like, there weren't that many weird flavors sold out at Walmart.
I'm gonna have to go to Walmart and be like, do you guys have the weird flavors of Spam?
I need my kicks. I've been locked indoors for a week now, and I want to feel
I
alive.
must try them all.
It was sold out at my places too, where I was like, I need a can. They're like, we don't have that. We have singles, where it's single slices of it and little plastic things where you tear it off. And I bought 15 of those.
I am curious about Spam mezclita, a Puerto Rican pork and cheese spread you get in a tin.
Huh.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Also they make normal Spam spread, which would probably be fine. It would probably just be, like potted meat.
Yeah, I was like, that's like the ham, I think, right?
Something like that.
Except it tastes like Spam.
Spam's great. This classic single was good. It's the size of a piece of bread.
That's scary.
Ooh, you fry it on both sides and make yourself a Spam burger.
I did. Actually, I just had it on the side next to some Kraft Easy Mac.
Oh, I have some good news, guys. You have a main course to go with your Spam fries.
No.
No, that's not real. You're making these up.
Spam patties. It looks like a crystal burger where you have replaced the burger with the thick ass fried patty of Spam.
Crystal burgers.
Sorry, White Castle. There we go.
I know it's Redneck White Castle. I'm aware of Crystal.
These have to be like in a freezer section. They can't just be in a can. That's the only way that I can see this as not being horrifying.
Are you
I agree
imagining
with
you
this.
pull it out and it's a cold patty with breading?
Dude,
Yes.
fucking hamburger in a can, cheeseburger in a can exists. That shit's gross.
Welcome to Big Thing Dimension.
Welcome to Big Think Dimension. Thank you, Mr. Feel, for joining me on the Spam venture. I look forward to next week when we try yet more flavors.
Maybe I'll get to participate next week.
Yeah.
And people will go, how long will this go on? Until we're allowed to leave our fucking house.
You're going to miss the fast food.
Yeah, that's right. We can't get fast food.
Speaking of which, shout out to the governor of Florida, who's such a suck-up piece of shit that he waited until Trump said, hey, maybe we should do a thing, for him to go, I should do a thing. And then he still took such a fucking half step because he's still allowing public congregation for churches.
Well, God will protect them, Dan.
What, the
That's just a
chicken?
fact.
It's yeah, God will protect them. The fucking piece of shit. Governor of Florida can go fuck himself.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Luckily, I think most churches are already, like, they figured it out. They're not dumb.
I don't know about that. I haven't looked at what churches are doing.
Yeah, I guess
Even the churches here, and we're one of those places where I live where it's like, what do you see driving around? Churches and funeral homes.
Yeah.
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 But
Mood.
even they're like, join us for e-mass at this website at these times.
What?
Like, see, they figured it out.
Oh, that's good.
Join
that
us
they
for
figured it out.
electric mask.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that I've talked to a few people say they're doing that around here. I mean, heck, even the Christian school here took almost immediate action when they found somebody that they suspected diagnosis. Like, okay, school's out for 2 weeks.
Well, that's true, but that's the Rocky Bayou Christian School is a rich kid school. So,
Okay.
of course, the rich people are getting their
rich
shit
people
together.
can't die.
Yeah, no, God, no, Bob.
Of course.
I would like to note, for anyone who thinks I was making up a narrative, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis literally cited Trump's change in, quote, demeanor as to why he finally issued the stay-at-home order. That was not me pulling that out of my ass, but honestly, if you look at the man's career, you can tell he's a suck-up to fucking Trump. Doesn't matter. None of that matters. There we go. We got my top...
Vote for Charlie Crist.
Got my top two segments out of the way. The spam of the week, or sorry, dealing with spam, and fuck the governor of Florida. This is fantastic. We're making so much progress.
You're like, whatever gets it over 2 hours to shoot KZ.
anything to do that. We got to talk about games though. I have primarily one game to talk about.
Oh yeah,
it's not Doom.
That ladder.
It's not Doom Eternal. It is Bunny Must Die. Bob and I did a Bunny Must Die playthrough stream wherein I was really rough on the Chelsea side playthrough because I have not done that. I've done it twice ever, and I have only done it. Oh, let's see. The last time I did it 3.5 years ago. So I was really fucking rough on it. Chelsea in that game is I guess I should describe the game to anyone who didn't turn out for that stream or watch the review. We have a review. Watch the review. Bunny Must Die is a Metroidvania, only it's a Dojin game from like the mid-aughts, so 2006. It has a lot of fun mechanics.
God, how'd you get it exactly right?
Well, we just did a stream. It was very pertinent info for that stream. You have Bunny is who you play as, and she has been inflicted with a cat curse, so now she has cat ears on top of being a bunny, but she's dressed like a Playboy bunny, not a real bunny. It's very complicated.
She got afflicted with, I forget which version uses which, but the unofficial translation called it catomic radiation, and the official one called it thermonuclear radiation.
Yes, there's thermonuclear, and then there's also permodynamics. It's this game's fantastic. There's a parry mechanic, so at any point if an enemy throws a projectile at you or you collide with them, you can mash a direction on the D-pad and parry. This game's really hard, but it feels really great as Bunny to master the mechanics. The actual movement's probably the roughest part of it, but I really enjoy the game. Chelsea's mode is a lot more specific in how you need to go about it, and on the stream, in what I might describe as a worst case scenario, I headed to an optional area that was incredibly difficult really early on, under upgraded, and got my ass stomped in for like an hour or something. It was rough. But after that stream, I went back and beat the entire game as Chelsea under an hour, and then got 100% of the items as Chelsea. So I have every trophy necessary to get a platinum except for 2, and those 2 are nightmarish because they are beat the game with under 15% item rate as both Chelsea and Bunny. And while I can parry shit as Bunny and I can see that happening, Chelsea's a nightmare. I'm not sure that I'm going to do it, but I really want a platinum for Bunny Must Die. But yeah, that game's great. Unfortunately, it's no longer available on PC because the contract from the original Dojin guy ran out with the people who brought it over originally. The PS4 remaster adds a few features, but kind of fucks up Chelsea even harder because Chelsea used to have an infinite space jump, and now it costs mana. But it's really nice looking, and if you're only going to play as Bunny, that's the version you should play. Absolutely, it's only like $10. So
like that.
You know, it's the deal of the week compared to certain other things. By the way, I lied. I played one other game of note. Fuck the Panzer Dragoon remake. Fuck it so much. It is trash. It is unacceptable. It is.
Don't you think you're a little extreme?
No.
That's kind of what I expected when we saw more footage.
But here's the thing. The footage we saw, Phil, was running at 60 fucking frames per second. The game runs at like 25. It's to the point where the original Saturn version is smoother. Because
does it play good?
No, it plays like fucking dog shit. It plays drastically worse than the original. It's so bad. It's a game where you ride on a fucking dragon shooting a laser gun at all these beautiful beasts in this like cool alien world. Except for now the art style is completely uninteresting because of the remake, which I could deal with if it ran well or played smoothly. But here's the game, right? You're supposed to mash a button to shoot a lot. Like a lot. On the original Sega Saturn, 3 of the 6 face buttons shoots. So you can do like you do with the spin dash in Sonic the Hedgehog. You can mash all 3 and shoot really fast, right? You know, like the spin dash when you start it a bunch and it goes zoop, 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 zoop. And you have fun doing that because you're 8. Speed. They made it so that way on the classic control scheme, only 1 button shoots. It does not respond well to you pressing it very fast. If you choose the modern control scheme, it sets it to 2 different buttons, but it also fucks up how the game feels in a different way. And it cannot deal with you hitting it fast even then. Even if you alternate presses between the 2 shoulder buttons. And it's like, you made a game where you shoot a bunch. Your game doesn't let you shoot a bunch. What the fuck have you done?
This is like if they made a fucking, like a space shooter where, no, if you mash too much, it starts to eat inputs.
Yeah, it's unacceptable. Like, could you imagine somebody remastered Raiden or some other, like, classic shmup, but shooting fast doesn't work? It's fucking insane.
Star Fox 64, but you can only shoot once at one time until your laser leaves the screen.
Yes. It feels that
really,
bad.
What's the insane sword in Symphony of the Night?
Von Monway. Oh yeah, Chrysogrim.
Or it's just like, no, if you hit the button too fast, it just stops.
How fast is too fast? Like, quickly at all.
We'll let you know.
You'll know when it doesn't come out.
Pushing buttons makes me tired, so you should only hit it like once every 3 seconds at most.
So we live in a fucking
space shooter.
We live in a fucking crazy world where this is $25, only available on the Switch right now. Runs at like 23 or 26 frames per second. Looks visually uninteresting, boring as hell. A staggering disappointment of a game. On the Xbox One, you can buy Panzer Dragoon Orta, a game that looks so much fucking better for $10. You can play that in 4K on the Xbox One X. Fuck Panzer Dragoon Remake. They will not be able to fix this on the Switch. They might be able to get it halfway decent on other platforms, but it still will not look anywhere near as striking as the original. And this isn't coming from a guy who grew up with the game. Like, I really wanted a Saturn for this game because it looks really pretty, but I never had it back in the day. The closest I had to playing it back in the day was like around 2008. I found out there was a PC port and I played a demo. That was it. I bought Panzer Dragoon for the Saturn 2 years ago for the first time ever. It is a beautiful game. It has a really interesting visual style. This game can't even nail the cutscenes. Like, the cutscenes in certain ways. The animations between characters do not convey the emotion at all. Here's an example. You end a level, right? You just had this epic fucking battle with the dragon. And I cannot stress enough, in the original, the dragon's larger form sheds off of it and like it almost turns into ice or crystallizes and sort of disappears, right? And then the dragon's smaller original body flies up to you. It looks you in the eyes, makes a look with its face, and then falls into the ocean as it dies. In the new one, they can't even turn the dragon and have it fly at you in a way that looks right in the least. And then it looks like it's intentionally flying into the ocean instead of falling. Like, the animations don't convey shit, and it looks so awful.
Yeah, I'm looking at it side by side, and I have no idea why the remake is, like, trapped in 2007 when everything had to be brown and beige and have a shitload of bloom.
Yeah. And tons of chromatic aberration.
Looks like it's trapped in the Twilight Princess dimension. I'm looking at a side by side with the original Saturn.
Yeah, I encourage everyone to do that.
Version looks a million times more striking.
Yes, it's a visually striking game, and with Panzer Dragoon, that's such an important element of it because it's not a long game, but it is a very visually striking game with a beautiful soundtrack. Speaking of which, this is another layer. If it matters to you, whatever.
Oh no! Did they fuck up the soundtrack?
It matters to me immensely. Okay, so 2 things. 1, of course, the soundtrack has been compressed to hell because it's a modern game. The original is CD quality and sounds great. 2, so there was a problem on the original version of Panzer Dragoon. I think the sequel fixed it. Keep in mind, Panzer Dragoon, the original game, came out pretty early in 3D games. The boss music couldn't loop smoothly, so that's a problem you would fix in a remake, right? They didn't fix it. So the boss music plays, and then silence, and then it starts from the beginning. Because they didn't understand that it was a CD head scanning back on the disc to restart the song. This remake
must have been intentional.
Yeah, it's so intentional, KZ. This remake is so bad that I told Bob that Jedi Academy at $20 is a steal in comparison. Because one, it's $5.
Make sure to buy that, Phil. We got to play it.
Yeah, we got to play that tonight, Phil. Go buy it. One, $5 cheaper. 2, single player and multiplayer. 3, doesn't critically ruin the art style. Good luck on that.
True. Man, that's just the same fucking game. It just looks bigger.
No, I'll just find a way to sneak in on PC because it has accidental crossplay.
Yeah, no, that could work. But yeah, no, I am incredibly
I remember,
upset.
I think it was last E3, they showed something of it. I think it might have been in like a Nintendo Direct or something.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, I'm so pumped for this. This looks great. Now it's just bad, sad times.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. It's truly, truly disappointing in a way that...
I can't believe they'd fuck you like this.
I mean, it's made by nobodies. The studio that made it has seemingly made nothing else, as far as I could tell. I've never heard of them. It's a fucking tragedy that Sega let this happen, is how bad this is. Like, we have a new generation of people. This is their first time playing a Panzer Dragoon game. I've already seen multiple people in the Discord, like 2 or 3, be like, man, Panzer Dragoon's a lot rougher than Star Fox. And I'm like, no, you're just playing a broken fucking video game. Roughly made in the shape of the original. Now, am I going to say Panzer Dragoon's as good as Star Fox 64? No. But it came out before Star Fox 64, 1. And 2, it's much closer when you play the original game. Like, they're going for different things, but the original game functions well. This remake is... This is some shit where I should get a refund. If I bought it on Steam, I would have refunded it. This is horseshit and inexcusable. It does not control right. It does not feel good. It does not run well. It does not look good.
Okay, Dan.
Yeah.
So is this a review in progress, or
Here's the where it either gets executed or it gets a stay of execution. Is it worse than Lair?
Yes.
Oh!
Because Lair is its own original dipshit idea, right? Lair isn't ruining a beautiful piece of art.
hold on. When I was looking to catch up on any news, I was like, what are the top reset error threads? And there was a brand new one made saying, so about Factor 5. I click it. Dude's like, so Lair came out 13 years ago. What's their next game gonna be?
Oh man,
they're what? And people were like, "Were you under a rock, guarded by a bear?"
They still technically exist.
Their next game, for anyone who's curious, and I'm not fucking with you, is the director's cut of Turrican for the Super NT.
Yeah, because the founder popped out in 2017. He's like, I got the rights to Turrican back. We're back, baby.
Yeah, he's like, we got the name. I heard some people are over at Epic.
That would make a lot of sense.
They might be on the what the hell, Dan? What's the crab fishing show? The Most Dangerous Catch?
Yes.
Deadliest Catch.
Deadliest Catch.
They might be on the Deadliest Catch. They might be on the Deadliest Catch boat over at Epic, but that feels like better than working on Turrican.
But yeah, Panzer Dragoon Remake, they should be fucking ashamed. If the developer somehow heard this segment, send me a code for other platforms so I could look at how much you fucking fix it, because the Switch version is inexcusable, and I'm not going to spend more money on your shit remake on other platforms to check in whether or not you shipped an acceptable game.
Outsource Sega employee, disregard.
But that's...
no, it looks like Sega's having them do a bunch of these.
Uh-huh. I know.
They're doing House of the Dead. Don't touch House of the Dead.
Oh, they're gonna fuck it hard.
They were like, we're gonna remake those, maybe even further the series, and they're like, I remember seeing people like, oh yeah, they're doing Panzer Dragoon. This is going to be great.
Can Sony buy Sega's IPs instead of Konami? That would be great.
Hey, I need that. Buy Sega. Do my premonition.
But that's all for what I played aside from Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal, we did a spoiler cast. Expect it soon. Only comment I have to say in this episode, a big thing is, hey, Bob.
Hey, what's up?
I've been hearing a lot of people say that solid-state drives aren't going to drastically improve video games, but guess what? In Doom Eternal, I pulled out my rocket launcher twice, and nothing was in my hands. He was shooting air.
I had a similar problem where I would pull up the radial menu and none of the texture up were loaded in, so I'd be selecting different blobs.
That's really
Oh, no.
I would go into my map screen and then go to the codex and read stuff for a while. And then after reading a lot of stuff, I would pop back to the game and it would look like I just had, like, I don't know, an eye disease. Like everything's so bloomed and blurry. And I'm like, oh my God, help.
I came back to the game after not playing it for like a week. And I think it, for some reason, uninstalled itself. So it had to reinstall from the beginning. So I was using classic Doom Guy outfit.
Oh, okay.
It only loaded in the texture you need to see from first person. So any sort of like helmet texture was just not loaded in right. It was a super low res.
How did we miss this shit when we recorded that?
That's funny as shit. But that's it for me. Hey, Bob.
What's up?
What have you been playing?
I played. This came out on April Fool's Day. Wait for its original game, Cat Girl Without Salad. It is a weird, like, side-scrolling shooter in the vein of Gradius or something. But the power-ups each give you a different, completely different style of shot that plays like a different game. So, like, platformer gun, you shoot out a Mega Man-looking sprite who runs across the screen and you make him jump to bounce on top of stuff. Or you have a bust move shot type where you can link together different bubbles and then explode the screen with some. Or the turn-based shot type where you actually like do a RPG attack where she jumps forward a little bit, swings her sword and comes back, or you can select magic and she shows like a little magic ball out. It's a neat idea. It's a joke game though. Don't buy this expecting anything. It takes like half an hour to beat.
It's this is actually pretty old. It was on PC like 7 years ago. I think this is just an updated version.
I don't think it was 7 years.
Yeah, I think that was only like 2 or 3.
Yeah, it was like 3 years or so. But I've played it before on the. It was originally like bundled with a Humble Bundle. God, what do they call those monthly things? Anybody remember?
Oh no, they announced it as a real game in 2013, and then they actually made it a couple of years later.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bundled with something on Humble, and then they eventually released it on PC, and now it's finally coming to console. It runs terribly. Like, it'll just start lagging out like crazy. I think it's made on Multimedia Fusion because the port is done by Click Team.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Sorry, me and Bob have a deep history with Multimedia Fusion.
Yeah, I haven't heard Multimedia Fusion in a very long time.
That's funny as hell.
This is definitely a better joke game than Devolver Bootleg.
It's also a better joke game than the Panzer Dragoon remake.
But yeah, it's mostly just Christina V plays the main character. It's a bunch of. It's basically leading a script of jokes. Some are good, some are not.
And Bob's sitting there playing it, and he's like, "This reads more like a stand-up routine."
So it's a way forward game.
Yes.
Even more so than any other way forward game there is in existence. Because it's just she's constantly talking through these 3 levels.
That's pretty funny.
I think there are 2 voice actors like her, and I think Todd Havercorn plays all the guys.
Oh, that's cool.
There's a Sephiroth knockoff you fight, who's Chef for Ross. He's a chef.
Oh my god,
it's really bad.
That is really bad.
That's a better parody than the one from Matt Hazard.
I'm sure it is.
Matt Hazard has a great voice actor in it, and is also a nightmare of a game.
I bought that game full price, and I don't know why.
I think it was like full price for like a week.
When did it come out? I have to remember. Okay, 2009. So I was 21. I must have had too much money, but like, this seems like a funny premise. I'm sure the game will be great. Oh. Oh.
So, is Jacksepticeye also in this game?
No, they can't afford him. This is the cheapest possible game they could make.
Matt Hazard is just an hour long of that voice actor doing his Batman voice and just being like,
Video games, am I right? Am I right, everyone? Video games? You ever play them? We're in one right now.
Please don't refund this.
So we need to play Matt Hazard at some point, I hear.
oh.
The developer of Matt Hazard, Vicious Cycle Software, all they made before Matt Hazard was bad licensed games, and all they made after Matt Hazard was bad licensed games. And the one American Earth Defense Force that nobody liked.
Oh.
Wow. Weirdly enough,
then they went out of business.
Weirdly enough, Vicious Cycle Software will not be the dumbest name for a developer making a bad game coming up in this podcast. Please stay tuned.
I'm so terrified.
I think all I ever played than that was Animal Crossing and Doom. We have the whole thing about Doom, and I didn't get to play much Animal Crossing. But I have encountered the Easter Bunny.
How's your stocks doing, Bob?
I'm waiting for the stocks to go up.
Is it a bull market?
Tosh might have some good Bitcoin prices on her server. I'm ready to go.
Well, see, Bob, she's using Bitcoin Cash, and you're using Bitcoin Lite. You're
not gonna trade properly.
You're using Litecoin. You need to flip your Litecoin over into what do they call it when they just have it as a cash worth? Oh man, I totally forgot.
Do we just put into ZERP and then go over?
Yeah, I mean Ripple's good enough. You can flip it into Ripple, take it to a different market, and flip that into Bitcoin Lite or Bitcoin Cash. That'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a viewer who was selling their Bitcoin at 394 bells. So I stopped my stream midway and we switched to Animal Crossing so I could make 1.1 million bells.
Yeah, I need to do some Bitcoin trading.
I'm like, you put this code out right fucking now. I
Give it to me or you're banned.
I need to get this going.
I think I want to kill the Easter Bunny.
That's fair.
Why?
This motherfucker shows up to your town and all he does is dance back and forth. I got fucking mauled by bees in front of him as he danced back and forth. He didn't even gasp like villagers do.
Of course not.
This motherfucker, I'm like, okay, I got my 5 stone axes ready. I'm ready to get wood from every tree on my island. I start chopping wood. An egg comes out of the tree.
Wood egg.
Wood egg. I go fishing. I fish up an egg. Water egg.
I shoot the present down and it falls. Sky egg.
Sky egg. I hit the rock, which you only have like 4 rocks on your island. You have very limited resources you get from rocks. Stone egg. I go, oh, there's something buried here. It must be one of the daily fossils because you can find like 4 or 5 fossils every day. Earth egg. Fuck this rabbit and his fucking eggs.
I love how many Twitter things there are about it.
You have to find all the eggs. Why are you doing this?
I made that. I was so mad I had to spend like 10 minutes making that today.
So that's all you played, Bob?
I think so.
Okay. Field, did you play?
No, I played Animal Crossing and that was basically it.
Egg.
Egg.
And everyone's comparing him to, apparently there's some Silent Hill 3 enemy that just is him.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the bloody, pink rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's
Oh my
comparing it to
god,
that.
they look exactly the same.
Yeah, everyone's like, "Oh my god, they look exactly the same." And I'm like, "Yeah, do you not live with that thing in your heart at all times, thinking about how it could come for you?" I thought
I've never played a Silent Hill game.
That was like the mascot type of thing for 3. I remember that. Because there's an amusement park section in 3.
Should have been Pyramid Head again.
Pyramid Head comes up asking
they
for
have
Easter eggs.
their Pyramid Head analog in that. I'm pretty sure it's a monster that never attacks you.
A 14-year-old girl is being attacked by Pyramid Head, and it's like, wait, what is her hang-up with sexuality?
Oh wait, I played the first 2 hours of Silent Hill 1 when I was like 10. because my parents didn't know what ratings were. They rented it for me, and I'm like, why can I only see 4 feet in front of me because of the quote, because of the fog? PS1 draw distance. Fog.
It's fog.
Like this, why is it so dark in every single room? This seems bad. And I didn't
Why
play
are they referencing Kindergarten Cop?
I was like, why isn't this nearly as good as Resident Evil 1 or 2? Those games were raw. This isn't.
Yeah, I read about so back in the day I had a magazine called Expert Gamer, which I thought was pretty cool because it would give you really good strategy as well as upcoming coverage of upcoming games. Everything I read about Silent Hill, I was like, oh man, this game seems really cool. And then I played it and I got murdered like 5 fucking times. And I'm like, okay, not for me. It's not Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
I experienced 2 for the first time through the HD collection. Wow. They really fucked that one up, man.
Yeah. It's a real Panzer Dragoon remaster.
They also had the thing where they were like, we don't want to seek out the people who originally voiced these. Let's redub them with every anime voice actor you know, and it sounds so bad.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a more insane thing. The protagonist of Silent Hill 2, I'm trying to think who voiced him.
Guy Seehee.
He the reason they won't work with him again is just because he keeps claiming Konami owes him like $300,000 in royalties, which there's no way he actually is owed because voice actors do not get royalties.
Yeah, but
Which
then
is
there was like
bullshit. They
3
should.
he wasn't involved in. That one also just doesn't have the original voices in it. They redubbed all of it, and it just sounds ugh.
Yeah, it never sounds good when they do that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's the point of doing a remaster and then being like, nah, we'll re-record all the voices?
It'll be just
people
like
don't
they
remember
remember
the
it.
voices.
There's no fog and the voices are all different.
Also, the emulation or however they did 3 was so bad that when I was playing it, sometimes your running was going at like half speed.
Yeah. No, it's so bad.
That's what happens when they put an old version of the game that was 80% done on the disc because they lost the finished version.
The fact that companies keep consistently losing the final versions of their games is making me lose it. Like, Bob, apparently the reason Sonic Adventure DX is so bad is it's based on the Japanese version of Sonic Adventure, not the improved American version.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Japanese companies are terrible at this. Absolutely terrible.
I think that Silent Hill one's really funny. We used this code that was 60% done, so we had bugs that that unfinished versions had that we had to deal with. I'm like, why don't you just use a retail copy and try to work with that?
Because back in the day, they didn't include the entire source code like they keep doing nowadays.
Yeah, because I was like,
Dan,
that's what Bluepoint does it.
When's Sonic Month where you play the Game Boy Advance version of Sonic 1 that's entirely different physics-wise because they had to rebuild it?
No!
That's going to be an expensive stream goal. I can tell you right now, because that game runs like shit, sounds like shit, feels like shit. Here's what we'll do. We'll play the Christian Whitehead remaster of it, which I believe he released. And then if we hit the stream goal, we'll switch that to the really bad version. So, was that all you played, Phil?
Yeah.
Okay. KZ?
Nothing aside from the usuals. So no.
Oh, nice. I guess that means we're moving on to the Pod Lords.
Oh, fuck!
Oh no.
Pod Lords!
Pod Lords such as Danny Richardson, E. Lee Broyles, Texas Man joins Smash, Rabbit joins Smash. It's a good thing, Rabbit. Wait, Rabbit or Bunny? What would Rabbit be? Oh god, it better not be the thing from Animal Crossing.
No, it's the thing from Winnie the Pooh. The rabbit in Animal Crossing is Zipper.
That just makes me think it's actually a suit. They named themselves Zipper, being cute.
He has a giant zipper on his back, and he says, "It's not a suit. Don't ask about it no more."
Oh my god, okay, I can't talk about this. Dank Mormon.
Oh, I understand now. Every one of the time I kept saying, stop trying to lewd Zipper, and I didn't know who Zipper was. Thank you.
Talk about the Pod Lords.
Red Blaze 27, Keyblade Master Jucifer, which, you know, normally we don't show these if there isn't a bit, but I really enjoy this art, so I'm just gonna screen cap that and put it in there. He's so beautiful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's a beautiful boy. Anyway.
Hee-ho.
Suzu Shiro, Emperor Zero. Then we have the hottest RPG on the App Store.
Joe by teeth.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know why. These people want us to die. That's all I'm figuring out here today.
Fucking damn.
I'm going to keep my head down and keep moving. Lady Popcorn. Changed the world. My final message. Goodbye. The only actual unironic Pete Buttigieg stan.
Again?
It's too late.
The image changed. It's
But he
now
did this already.
It's a grand blue girl, so it's even more dissonant on my side than it is on yours.
Oh no. It's the mouse one. It has to be Vikala.
No, it's just one of the normal characters, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, 101 Shades of Wonderful Remastered. WTF Spider-Man. Sega Saturn Jewel Case Liquor Mozzarella. Random KZ noises. Donald Andrus? When you womp away, you don't hear me say, please, oh baby, stop.
Stompa? Are we way back in?
It cut off.
Back 10 years?
It cut off. The text
Let
is
me
literally...
wampa stomp of my fears.
Yes. Bob Toasters, DFW3K, Joshua C. Hudson, and Chase Ray, who I still want to believe is Ray Chase. Thank you very much to our Podlords.
Your Piccolo was okay.
Thank you, Podlords.
Thanks, Podlord.
Thank you, Podlords.
Thank you, Podlords, and the Bang Zoom dub.
And if you'd like to support us, Podlords or no, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/gbpodcast. For as little as $5 a month, you get many benefits, such as cursed content commentary tracks, where we watch bad movies you don't want to watch, cursed content by committee, where you make us watch movies we don't want to watch, extended armchair dev pitches, early access to Mondo Cool, how early is up to how Dan feels at that exact moment,
Correct.
and many other benefits, including pushing us closer and closer to the giant chasm filled with broken glass known as Bleach. That is patreon.com/gbpodcast.
Yes, thank you to everyone who supports us on patreon.com/gbpodcast. We really appreciate
Thank
it.
you very much.
Helping us afford our spam during these trying times.
Yes.
Because that's a luxury item.
No, that's a human right.
Exactly.
Now, Dan,
Uh-huh.
there was a new, I don't know, the staying power of it,
Uh-huh.
but you had a new segment.
This segment may just be for this week, but holy crap is it strong in my opinion. Give me one moment. We're going to throw it to SciTube. People can watch along. We've got 3 trailers to check out.
I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Let's see. Have you guys seen the Mortal Shell trailer?
No.
No.
Okay, so we need to watch the Mortal Shell trailer. What we're going to see is that the more next gen your game is this week, the lower on the quality slider it goes. So we're going to start with Mortal Shell.
No.
That is a trailer for a current gen game. It is a Dark Souls like. Okay, so we're going to watch the trailer and it's started now.
All right.
Once again,
Mortal Shell.
you can watch along with the link in the description. Bob said he couldn't stop thinking of Ben Swolo doing this.
Yes.
Son of a bitch.
Untouched by soft truths. Untouched by replies to my DMs.
Yeah, this looks a lot like somebody wanted to make Dark Souls.
Yeah,
Is this Elden Ring?
I'd see. Part of me was like, maybe this is Elden
That
Ring.
looked bad. That was just a Bloodborne critical attack.
As much as
It's
people
very cool.
might expect me to be critical of this trailer, I kind of like the art style. I kind of like how it's just a little bit more.
Yo, sick roll. It was at an angle.
Yeah, it was.
God, that guy.
No, I love it. I love all of this.
Blocked your path.
I'm totally down with this. See, that's cool as shit. Look
yeah,
at that.
that's raw.
That is pretty cool. I hope this game feels remotely good to play?
Yeah, that's the only thing I worry about. I hope it plays good at all.
Apparently, it's made by like 15 guys, so I don't have a lot of confidence.
I don't know, Bob. 15 guys might be able to outdo From Software.
That's true.
Okay, so that was the trailer for Mortal Shell. That was once again our current gen trailer of the week. Now we're gonna ratchet up the slider to our first next gen trailer of the week. This is Quantum Error. You could go find the trailer for that in the description below. Quantum Error is for the PS4 and PS5.
Ooh.
All right.
Does this also have Iden Gillen in it?
And it just started.
This is radio. Why is it so small?
That's how you know it's 4K.
Because you need to watch it on a 55-inch OLED.
Oh, I should have.
Team Kill Media.
Water.
Yep.
The weird looking water.
Farallon Islands.
This is next gen?
A Jones. I thought that said Jonas Brothers.
That guy needs to buy a better mic.
Yes.
So that was the highlight of the trailer. You may not believe it.
No, I believe it.
So this is where you start to feel the slide from the last game. We've got gameplay.
I still think it's weird that he's just in like a modern day firefighter outfit.
I
don't think this is really showing the power of the PS5.
I don't.
Oh, look, it's a crab. It's kind of like Prey 2017.
Made a spooky sound and the screen all digitized and stuff. And watch out in the corner of your eye. You might. Oh, look at this cool reloading animation. We're gonna eat up 10 seconds of this trailer doing this. Oh no!
The reload
that?
in RE4 looked better.
Yeah. Do you think? This looks a little better than that Uncharted 4 trailer you showed us.
It's just a smidge better than the 60 frame per second Uncharted 4 trailer.
Yeah.
With each individual grain of sand.
Yeah.
Did you see the way it was angled there? This game's balanced for lean.
Yes. I like the part where the door disappears.
Right? It makes it extra spooky.
Oh no!
So,
Boo.
that's our first person horror.
Jesus!
Boo.
Quantum
I'm gonna
Error.
say yay because feels mean.
So you can feel the slide from that last trailer, right? Like this dipped its toes.
Fuck yes.
It dipped its toes into next gen, and this trailer looks a little rough. I'm not going to say that's because it's next gen. This week there was a narrative, and I felt like sharing it with people. You know, the gameplay, clearly not actual gameplay, very scripted, but
PlayStation.
not very exciting.
They released a game that I've never heard of, but it's on PS. Oh, it came out this year?
To anyone who is not watching along with us, I am very sad that you will miss the impact of being able to see the next trailer as we're watching it. I'm sure our reactions will be fan-fucking-tastic. Ladies and gentlemen, we had announced this week the world's first Xbox Series X game that's 4K at 120 hertz. Are you ready to watch Orphan of the Machine?
Oh man, that sounds raw.
Oh, if I was so terrified it was going to be fucking Sorcerer's Stabber Orphan.
Nope, Orphan of the Machine. It's going to show you what the Xbox Series X can do with all those teraflops. You ready?
Orphan in the Machine, Ghost in the Shell.
Here we go.
Oh,
And it's starting right now.
Dynamic Voltage Games presents. What? Fuck off.
What the
Go fuck yourself.
I hate you. I hate you so much. I'm gonna beat the hell out of you, damn video game.
You have no idea. Just
This
keep
is
watching.
lying, Dan. This whole bit was a fucking giggle so he could make us set us up for this.
Oh no,
There is no next gen. Die. Dash.
This
sound clip.
fuck. You know if Sega had said yes, this would be licensed.
No, I think it gets in a zone where that would not be the case.
Dan, I'm being hypnotized by its fin.
The animations are so good. It's very lifelike.
Look at that fish in the background. Look at it. It's not moving.
What?
Now, why does he need treasure? That just don't make
No, I
no
don't
sense.
need that.
He doesn't understand the concept.
It's really good. It's really good.
120
So this is
hertz,
the-
huh?
This is the why is there a cannon? This is the power of the Xbox Series X. Why are you shooting fish?
Why are they exploding into fire?
I like the just
Why is
generic
there a-
sound effects.
Is this a Halo tie-in? Is that a Covenant ship in the back that crashed?
What?
Coming
I don't
this
think
fall.
that
That
ball was
was-
centered.
That was a strong bad email game.
Thank you to everyone who watched along with us with this slide into next gen. It's very powerful.
That's fake. It has to be fake, right?
I have nothing to
I feel
prove
like Dan
that it's
made
fake.
that.
I have nothing to prove that it's fake. Well, what did we learn? This was a strong week for next gen trailers. That was from
I
Dynamic Voltage Games.
I hope they get stronger.
Very excited.
So now we could get into our news segment.
Okay, we have to talk about the mystery of Cooking Mama Cookstar.
Okay, let's get to the bottom of this.
So, Cooking Mama Cookstar, a game we discussed multiple times because it has something to do with Bitcoin, and I remained convinced it would never come out. And KZ insists that, of course, it would come out. It would be raw. Everything would be fine. Somehow we were both correct.
What?
What?
My understanding, what seems to have happened, is this game was up on the eShop for less than an hour.
What?
Then taken down. It is available, and it was released to retailers, but they got very few copies, and it is now no longer available from any retailer. You have to buy secondhand.
How the fuck did this happen?
I don't know what happened. I don't know if they shipped it, then discovered if it really was a fucking plan to brick your Switch mining for shit, and it got pulled that instant. Okay, they didn't have very many copies. That's one thing, but it getting pulled from eShop?
Yeah.
Like their website, buy on these retailers, Amazon, no copies, third-party sellers only. Walmart, no copies. Nintendo eShop page goes nowhere. Target, it says coming soon. I found it on Target. It said not available online.
Wow.
This is a mystery.
We did it. We both won, Phil.
Hopefully soon we will discover the true meaning behind Cooking Mama Cookstar.
Okay, this is really weird. There's a copy available from a secondhand seller on Amazon. The secondhand seller's name is Your Cooking Mama.
What?
Is this a horror?
Is the new Cooking Mama game a creepypasta?
Okay, what else is this person?
Cooking Mama drowned.
Oh no, it says they're the official seller that are purchasing it's the manufacturer.
Shut the fuck up. What?
What is going on? What?
Getting a little bit scared.
Yeah, no, this is fucking weird. What the fuck? All right. I've got good news.
Do ya?
I do. Rogue Legacy 2 was announced and is coming out this summer. I love Rogue Legacy. It's a very fun game.
That's the no, I haven't played. Is that the one where it's like Metroidvania or Castlevania, Igavania-esque, but you die and then it's your descendant doing the next run?
It's a roguelike, but yes,
Yeah.
each time you run the castle, the structure changes. And every time you enter the castle, you lose all your money, but your descendant can spend all of the money that his ancestor gathered on upgrading things like the town around the castle and their equipment and blah, 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 blah. So, it's very roguelike, but it's very fun, super enjoyable. One of the most fun platinums I've ever gotten. I wish dragons were better. Hopefully they fix that.
Yeah, when you die, you get to pick your next descendant, and they might have quirky, inherited traits. Like this guy's twice the size of everybody else, which means he deals big boy damage, but your hitbox is twice as big. Or this dude sees in Game Boy vision.
Yep.
Or this guy makes the screen upside down and you're walking on the ceiling.
There are other things like what was it? They have legitimate disorders in here that are funny as hell how they affect the gameplay.
Yeah, there's nearsighted where there's a small circle around you that's clear and everything outside is blurry.
There's another one where your nerve endings don't work, so when enemies hit you, you don't recoil because you didn't feel it at all. There's tons of stuff like that. There's one where it's, what was it? IBS, so every time you jump, you fart. Or actually, it's random. It's like every fifth time or something. But yeah, there's a lot of cool things that happen with the different genetic traits and stuff like that. And also, each generation, you get to select from 3 candidates. They have different classes selected at random. And one of you expand the town around the castle in order to upgrade what classes you can do. It's a very fun game. Everyone should check it out. It's on the PS4, Vita, PC. I assume it's on the Xbox One, and I'm pretty sure it's on the Switch. I thought these people were fucking with me, though, when they announced it on April Fool's.
Yeah, right?
Like, what the
Yeah, with the logo with the 2, and you're like, come on.
Please.
Not now.
Please, no. That's all for me. Hey, KZ, give us the latest in Netflix.
Warren Ellis and the Castlevania people tricked Netflix into letting them have another season of that show. It got announced the day after our spoiler cast came out, so we're to blame.
Okay.
Yes, our power caused it.
I'm very excited.
I don't want to spoil anything, but oh my god, if they didn't do one, that'd be one of the worst endings.
It would be a galactic L.
Yes, so I'm glad that they're getting another.
He would live up to his name of Warren Ellis.
But yeah, that's good to see that they avoided that.
Hey, Bob.
What's up?
I'm seeing written under your new segment a game you forgot to talk about earlier.
It's true. I see it there too.
Tell me about Modern Warfare 2's campaign. That was remastered.
It was remastered and shadow dropped on Tuesday. I played it.
Sony exclusive, I think?
For 1 month. I think you can pre-order on other consoles already.
Yep.
Because everything related to Call of Duty is like got 1 month delay with Sony.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if it's just the entire game this time. It's like, die, Xbox.
That would cost so much money. Activision would charge so goddamn much.
Right. Because that's a ton of
Epic's
sales.
like, I'll do it.
The new Call of Duty. But they wouldn't do that now, KZ, because they're putting that shit on the Blizzard launcher now on PC.
It is straight up just the old game. I still like Modern Warfare 2's campaign. I forgot that Mission 3 was no Russian. Like, it's super early in the game.
Yeah, it's super early, yeah.
For some reason, I thought it was more like middle of the game.
Mm-mm.
I still say that Mission 2 is this, you're infiltrating the snowy base.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost certain that it's a James Bond Tomorrow Never Dies reference, but
yeah.
I have no proof.
Bob has no evidence, but they took this from a Bond movie.
I heard Bond is raw.
Bond is really good sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes. Other times, very much not so. It's a lot like ordering food from
You
Taco
excited for the new Bond movie?
They're making another one?
Of course they are.
And it's Daniel Craig again, because every corporation has become chicken shit cowards in the new century.
It's the last one he's doing, they swear.
He said that last time.
Casino Royale was raw. Oh man, this is gonna be 5.
Wait, yeah, I was like, Field, did you really just say Casino Royale was raw? That was 4 movies ago.
Yeah, and 14 years ago.
Yeah.
14 years.
Let me put it this way. It was filmed on film.
Bring back Pierce Brosnan.
I mean, I thought he was good. I enjoyed GoldenEye. I'm fucking invincible! And then the thing breaks behind him and kills him. Very Kino.
I need to see GoldenEye again. I remember that's Pierce Brosnan's best movie. Never Dies is okay, but I think that there's a strong slope down.
Hey, Bob.
What's up?
You still on that VHS of that, right?
Yeah.
Well, we have a way to watch S-Video and composite stuff now.
But we could also just watch it on Blu-ray or on the Amazon Prime in 4K.
You're right. We have a way to watch composite videos now, so I'm very interested in watching a movie on VHS, Bob.
I understand that.
Okay. Just so we're clear.
This just means that you need to bring back game tapes. Or
That's
gamer
true.
Tapes.
That's true. I'm staring right at this Banjo-Kazooie VHS we got.
Yes.
Oh, man, can I come in?
Sure. If we do it.
Yeah.
Bob,
What's up?
legally distinct Splatoon. Tell me about it.
They released a full CG episode.
You need to say what the game is.
Ninjala. There we go. Sorry. It's 10 minutes or so long. It introduces you to the universe. You find out that every character they've shown so far is a actual character. This is more like a Overwatch style thing where they're each different people.
It's a Splatoon hero shooter?
I don't know if they're gonna have different abilities, but they all the names I'm seeing and all the characters match up to somebody in this. And the ninja gum that they use apparently turns them into kids, so they're fully grown adults in most of this short.
What?
Yeah, it's very strange.
It is really weird.
This is way more money than I expected this thing to ever show in any marketing, though.
Yeah, I know.
They must be this is our future.
It's a really well done CG. It has some different anime voice actors I recognize. I thought it was interesting. I enjoyed it. So I'll probably continue to watch these things.
You know what you won't be continuing to do?
Apparently getting updates for Dead or Alive 6.
Correct.
Or start playing.
Give us the rundown. Bob owns Dead or Alive 6, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I bought it when it got turbo
Okay.
cheap, $15 or something.
Which was the week after launch, right?
This is so sad. We discussed this game on episode 1 of Big Think Dimension where we went, yeah, it's doomed. Mortal Kombat's gonna eat it.
And then they released a new character 2 weeks ago, and now this week's it's dead.
Oh no!
Life comes at you fast.
Yeah, middle of April is getting their final update. It's adding high society costumes and school uniforms. And then they'll never update it again. I looked into it. Dead or Alive 5 has more characters. Of course, that's counting crossover characters with Virtua Fighter, but still.
Okay.
Looking
Jackie
forward
Bryant.
to 7 on next gen.
Wait a second. They never brought Jackie Bryant to Dead or Alive 6?
No, they didn't get the Virtua Fighter characters. They only brought in the King of Fighters characters. But we did get Kula.
I mean, that's cool, but...
Then you get Mai.
Yeah, Mai and Kula.
Bob.
What's up?
King of Fighters characters will continue to be in King of Fighters games.
Yes.
Virtua Fighter characters will not continue to be in Virtua Fighter games because there will be no more.
I thought you were gonna say Virtual Fighter characters will continue to not be in King of Fighters.
It's really upsetting that I can't reference Jackie Bryant because no one knows who the fuck that is because they haven't made
I
a
don't
fucking
know
game.
who Jackie Bryant is.
They haven't made a Virtua Fighter in 14 years.
That's fair, Dan, but King of Fighters designs are way 100% better than anything in Virtua Fighter.
Bob, you're going to look at me. You're going to look at Jackie Bryant, which is Cloud from fucking Final Fantasy VII wearing jeans and a leather jacket that has flames on it, and you're going to tell me that he's not cool.
I'm going to tell you that he's a lame version of Benimaru.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourselves.
Don't
Hold
worry,
on.
Dan. I'm sure they'll get a lot of play in Project Cross Zone 3.
Okay, I'm looking at this dude. He looks okay. He kind of looks like Frosted Tips Rock Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's much less raw than Rock Howard, though.
He's funnier than Rock Howard.
He is pretty
No,
fun.
Rock Howard looks super cool, but is bad in every game he's in. That's fucking hilarious.
Whatever. We need to stop talking about this. We gotta move on.
I really hope Dead or Alive 7 happens and they actually try on it. Because look at Neo. Neo 2 looks amazing. Dead or Alive 6 never looked even good.
No, Dead or Alive 6 looks exactly like 5, which is a thing they keep doing, where Dead or Alive 4 looked exactly like 3. It's like they want 2 entries out of the same level of fidelity, no matter what.
Yeah.
It's
Either make a
shame.
good game or just turn into Rumble Roses. I'll accept either of those routes.
KZ, let's talk about a much more positive fighting game.
Oh, sure.
He's now scanning his
Like
news.
what? Oh yeah.
I'm talking about
Grand Blue
GigaBoots
Versus.
versus.
Glamboos Fantasy Versus releases the trailer for Jita. How do I say that one?
Jita.
I
Jita.
think it's just Yeah,
you said it
yeah.
right.
Velveeta Shells and Cheese is coming to Grand Blue Fantasy.
Hell yeah!
That's the
on April 7th. I looked at that trailer. She looks cool. She looks like the Ken to Grand's Ryu.
yeah. That's what she. I think it's reversed, but yeah, because she's the female version of the protagonist, who is implied to be less of a dipshit.
I know every time they'd make a special was her in it instead of the main Gran. She's like a ridiculous Chad. So yeah, probably.
I
mean,
saw,
this
I
is
saw
the
her
same day
super,
as,
so yes.
Yeah.
This is the same day as Naked Grandpa comes out, so yeah, they were supposed to be in the game at launch.
Yeah, Jita
I
was
just had-
the character that the Podlord changed their icon to.
Okay.
Had to look it up.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Okay, well, I mean, this makes sense. I looked at her moves and said, yeah, there's a lot of cut and paste involved in assembling her character. Then she's in the menus.
Bob, I'm going to ask you one thing.
What's that?
How did you let KZ rob you of this Shantae story?
I just let him have it. I figured he might also be a Shantae fan.
I just put my news down and people can grab what they want. No, I haven't played a Shantae game above an hour.
Okay, 1 second. 1 second. 1 second.
Motherfucker, you are not cut and pasting Shantae, giving it to Bob, then asking Bob.
Hey, Bob.
No!
Let me know what news there is with Shantae this week.
Shantae and the Seven Sirens is coming to PC and console May 28th.
Oh, that's fantastic. Great news.
Fucking hate this show.
I think it's already on the App Store, Apple Arcade.
Yeah, in episodes.
In
The
episodes.
finished, fully done version is coming.
So I can be a psychopath and play that on Apple Arcade right now with a PS4 controller?
Yeah, I did that for a little bit
I'm a
because
little-
when I
I'm
first
a-
signed up, the episode 1 was out.
I'm kind of tempted, gonna be honest.
You're too busy.
Do you think that this will be the most complete Shantae game because Apple gave them a bunch of money for that?
I mean, the last one was really complete, so I don't know.
Yeah, the last one's good. It just kind of runs poorly. But, I have a feeling, Bob, that on the PS5,
Yes.
Half Genie Hero will run immaculately.
All right, check that off on your bingo card, everyone.
I need to go back to Half Genie Hero and play the 47 additional modes. Because I played it at launch on PC, but I never played the 450 additional characters they added.
Yeah, each one plays pretty differently. They're neat. I haven't played all the way through any of them, though.
Plays Roddy Tops.
I think she's in the 3 set of heroes. Like, I think it's Roddy Top's, the Bird Girl,
Bolo,
and Bolo.
And Bolo,
I think she's on that team. Pretty sure.
Yeah, she's playable. Good. Roddy Tops raw.
Router top raw.
I'm gonna buy that statue of her that costs $700, whatever the fuck it is.
How are you surviving the pandemic? Feel with a Roddy Top statue? Very well. Thank you for asking.
Oh, it's only $70. I can handle that.
Yeah. I was going to say it's not actually 700. Hey, KZ.
Yep.
What was the original date for Wasteland 3? Does anyone know?
I had it when the news first broke,
Ah, okay.
but
Well,
I do not. In Exile, which is one of the many teams belonging to the Xbox Game Studios, their big exclusive game Wasteland 3 was delayed to August 28th.
okay.
So
Okay.
that's unfortunate, but that's good. It means it's closer to Xbox Series X.
Right. And obviously that thing's going to run at 4K 120 hertz, just like Orphan of the Machine.
It might be as good as that. I don't know.
Is that an exclusive?
That is exclusive. That is actually exclusive to Xbox Series X.
Holy fuck! That's their Rezo gun.
I would go lie down and turn to stone one moment. Holy shit. We're going to go to Phil because I don't want to listen to KZ after saying that.
What?
Hey, Phil. Let's talk about the rumor.
Yes.
The main rumor. The top thing on your news list.
Ah, yes. The rumor after a couple weeks ago of Sony buying Konami's games. Now we have a Microsoft buying Konami's games, which I think might be true because I could see them spending way too much money for something they could make no use of. That's a very Microsoft move.
Yeah. I mean, it is a very Microsoft
I could see
move.
Konami going 800 million and Microsoft going, okay.
I mean, I assume if Konami's selling, it is at least that. I wouldn't be surprised if Konami is fucking with... If Microsoft is talking with Konami to buy the IPs, I wouldn't be surprised if Konami is just fucking lying and leaking that Sony is also talking to them to drive up the price even higher.
They're offering us $1 billion, Microsoft. Do you want to be cucks? Silent Hill and Metal Gear were Sony franchises. You can own them. It only costs you $1.5 billion.
And as they're saying this, Phil Spencer's sitting there squinting his eyes and wriggling his nose and doing a almost Max Payne-like look.
As usual, yes.
He's just like, I always tell the gamers I went to Japan, but this time I'm getting something.
I'm coming back with a piece of Japan.
You know, Dan, Conquer by Ninja Theory was real fucking poisonous.
Yeah.
Metal Gear by Ninja Theory.
I to be fair, I didn't say Contra by Ninja Theory. I said Contra by Double Fine. Because
No, Conquer, not Contra. I got confused.
Okay.
I meant Conquer by Ninja Theory.
Gamer Premonition
Metal
said
Gear is
Conquer by
worse.
Ninja Theory.
God.
On Twitter, I said Contra by Double Fine. Now you're saying Metal Gear by Ninja Theory.
Yeah, we were talking in private before this about Castlevania by Ninja Theory. It's like they're all so bad.
No, Bob. Here it'll be like, we got Castlevania, and we also acquired a new studio to make it, Mercury Steam.
Yeah.
We're going home.
Yeah, they would 100% do that immediately.
They're psychotic. You're right.
Lords of Shadow 3.
That's what people want. It's not like 2 just didn't sell at all.
It's not like 2 shit the
Yeah,
bed.
but one sold well, so they're like, yes. That means it's good forever.
You say that, but that used to be the opposite of how Microsoft thought. Like when Halo was leaving Bungie and Bungie was leaving, and they were like, we can get Gearbox to make 2 games and then just call it quits. That's literally what their plan was. God. Let's talk about... I don't want to talk about Randy yet, because that's going to be its own whole thing. Apparently, Sony established external development department. Is that?
We don't know anything about it other than it's called the External Development Department. But I put it on there because I'm just imagining you, Dan, your bit of Sony's going to be like, we have money, die. Everything is now exclusive to us.
I looked at it a bit. It looks like they restructured a little bit. They named their product development. They renamed the product development department at Sony Computer Entertainment to internal development. So that way this is external development. I think this is good. If I remember correctly, Shuhei is actually over this newly named division. Because if you recall, Shuhei is going to be managing relationships with third parties and indies and stuff. So I imagine he's high up in this department. Nothing interesting to say, really. Man, all of Feels news is cancer. Let's talk about the M2.
It's not all cancer. M2 is good.
Yes, that's the one good thing that's left. News. So talk.
Okay. Tatsuya Minami Studio, M2. It did support on the RE3 remake. There's a rumor it's working on a larger remake. They're working on a larger remake project for Capcom. We don't know what it is. The popular theory is Dino Crisis. Fucking makes sense.
There was something that came out that said, and it was from reliable people who were talking about Dino Crisis earlier on, that may have gotten canceled by now.
Yeah, like years ago, they were working on it, and then they shelved it, and I've heard other stuff that's like, it's definitely not Code Veronica. They don't want to touch that at all.
Which is funny as shit.
They don't want to touch Steve.
Yeah, what's wrong with Steve if they asked for a family name?
If it's larger, I could see it being 4.
Yeah, 4 is the most logical thing. Or it could be something totally crazy, like we're making Devil May Cry 2.
Obviously, guys, they're remaking Street Fighter 2.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
They rip out all the innards and the systems of Devil May Cry 5 and remake 2.
That'd be funny. That'd be really funny. If you remake 4 and I'm not suplexing monks, fuck you. You did it for nothing.
Yeah, if you make Resident Evil 4 and you can't do suplexes, what's the point?
That game gets a 10 or a 0.
That's going to be an interesting spoiler cast. Well,
they take the minority, like people getting really mad of how short Resident Evil 3 is. The Resident Evil 4 remake will be 80 hours long.
God, yes.
It's already really fucking long.
It will be 80 hours long just to get to the castle. People will, of course, be excited because that's what they want.
It'll have a crafting system.
Yeah, I want my open world, Resident Evil 4, where the landmass is the size of Far Cry 5.
God.
You know what? It'd still be a lot better than Far Cry 5 because it would feel good and load fast.
Yes.
Hey, Far Cry 5 on the PS5.
Days Gone is probably better than Far Cry 5.
KZ, the PS5 will not help how a Ubisoft game feels.
Yeah, you can't get rid of the input delay.
That's correct.
Also, it's first person, which makes that input delay even worse.
KZ, I'm basically preparing for hibernation I'm stuffing the acorns and nuts and shit in my cheek so that way I can survive all the bad news that is backloaded on this podcast. Tell us about the Super Mario thing.
All right, so it was the Video Game Chronicle website, which is like a UK gaming site that apparently has been breaking some stuff. At least that's what Jason Schreier was saying. They're like, we're going to celebrate the Mario...
Buck.
Yeah, it was for the Mario 35th anniversary, they're going to put out a lot of stuff. And then every other outlet you may know of said, yup, that's what we've heard too from separate places.
Please,
and
I'm very excited for this.
So here's what we've gotten. The final developed version of this that I've read up on is that they're aiming to do some sort of remastered collection that will include Super Mario 64, Sunshine, and the two Galaxy games in one package.
Yeah.
Like almost as if it's a Super Mario All-Stars 2. And then they're going to put out Mario 3D World. That's going to get a separate release, a deluxe version that will have new levels and new content in it.
Ooh,
which I'm excited for.
I like that game a lot.
I really, really enjoyed that one. And I'm like, why the fuck did Captain Toad get something before Mario 3D World?
Because you got the mode in Mario Maker. Clearly, that was enough for you.
I need the glory of the 8-directional movement of Mario 3D World. Pick up those green
Mario
stars.
3D World a lot. I think its level design is really fun.
It also has a fantastic soundtrack. I
feel like it turns into an absolute nightmare as soon as you get extra people in, which is what they encourage.
That's all of them, though. I remember when I'd beaten New Super Mario Brothers on the Wii with 3 people who were like, we're bad, so all we can do is try to kill Phil. And that's how I beat that game.
But yeah, I said this on Twitter before, but I think that 3D World will definitely review worse this time around.
I'm willing to hedge my bets with Bob here. 3D World is not going to have the Nintendo Wii U era journalist buff. We were sitting at the tail end of the PS3 generation. Shit was dying. Nintendo makes a game that's even vaguely fun and looks good. 10 out of 10.
That shit ain't getting anywhere near a 93. That would be psychotic.
Yeah, no, that thing overstays its welcome extremely. I couldn't even finish it.
That's okay. Bayonetta 2 is also a 10 out of 10, right, Bob?
God.
You see, what's funny is when you said reviewed highly, I'm like, what did it get? Like an 87?
You guys didn't know.
Yeah, no,
it was absurd.
It was like a rash. Like, we had a rash of journalists being like, every Wii U first-party game is amazing. And then Amiibo Festival happened, and they were like, okay, maybe not.
Hold up.
Hold up. I was already at the point by 2013 where I was like, why would I ever look at any review ever? I'll look at footage and then use my brain to ascertain whether or not the game is good.
Oh, yeah, no, that's where I was, too. But, like, you would listen to a gaming podcast and you would hear someone like... I don't want to name names, but you would hear people be like, oh, this is one of the best Mario games ever made. It's so incredible, 10 out of 10. And I'd be like, dude, it's all right, but it's no 64. Eat shit. Like, come on, man. Like, it's not Mario Galaxy. It's not Mario Galaxy. Like, Mario Galaxy.
I only listen to gaming podcasts where they Well, now I only listen to ours, but I used to only listen to gaming podcasts where they talk about where you should throw up at a party.
They're gonna put all those. They're gonna put all the older 3D Marios in a collection, presumably going by different reports talking about it. 3D World will get its own separate release with new levels and content. They're also making a new Paper Mario that's going to be more like the old ones.
Good. Keep Miyamoto in a fucking shed. Put 2 padlocks on the shed. Watch lock-picking lawyers so you can know which padlocks to get so he can't pick them. Just keep that dude away from Paper Mario.
Nice hiss. Oh, wait, wrong YouTube.
Yeah, that was the wrong YouTuber. Hello, this is the lock-picking lawyer, and Miyamoto-san has offered me $1 million to get him out of this cuck shed. Well, it took 2 minutes. I've already picked his way out. This lock was designed about as well as Star Fox Zero. Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha. And then he runs away.
KZ, what's the opposite of far?
Nier? Oh, shit! Nier had a 10th anniversary stream. They announced 2 things. The first one was Nier Reincarnation. The N in Reincarnation has brackets in it. It's a mobile game. That's it. The second one is Nier Replicant version 1.22474487139. That's the title. It's the full title of it. It is a remaster, but that they are saying is more of an upgrade to the original, featuring new characters, new music, features, stuff hinting that there might just be another ending added to that game. It's coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC. The way they talk about it is that they wanted it to be something that old players can come back to and go, this is doing different shit. And also the decimals for the title, the 1.2 and everything. Some people found out it can equal out to like 1.5 in some ways.
It's the square root of 1.5.
Yoko Taro is about to do he's about to make his this remaster is really a sequel. Die.
You guys both got the number wrong. It's Nier version 1.8765309.
Ah, that's true.
Oh no!
I'm actually really excited for this. Like, super fucking hyped. I really wanted the original to be improved because, man, that is a rough fucking game, but its plot sounds incredible.
Sure is.
The Platinum guy who directed, who was involved with Automata, is like consulting on this as well. It's being developed by Toy Logic.
Why do I know
they're called.
That name? Why do I know that name?
We looked at what they did before, and it didn't seem like they had done a lot of great
Contra
stuff.
Rogue Core.
Oh.
No!
Oh. So get ready for the input lag to be even worse than the PS3 version. I'm excited.
That's really hard because that's a game with gameplay so bad people are pretending it's not.
Oh my god!
It was the developer's intent to make that gameplay bad.
Yeah, God, it'd be really nice to see a full remake of this game, something to fix it. Not
if they recast that dub, they fucked up.
Yeah, hopefully they don't do that. That'd be crazy.
Well, they have to recast some of it because this is Brother Nier and not Daddy Nier.
Yeah, I mean obviously that one, but if you recast the other ones, I'm like,
I'm still hoping that they're going to do some fucked up thing where both of them are real and there's also Daddy Nier mode because that's a very Yoko Taro thing.
Mm-hmm. Plays
also,
ugly caveman, puts the underwear in his face.
I like Gary Busey Nier.
Gary Busey's fine.
But I'm also imagining like they're gonna get Johnny Young Bosch or Sean Chiplock to be Brother Nier.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah, probably. I would like to note they also worked on Smash Brawl, Kid Icarus Uprising, The Evil Thin One, Dragon Quest XI. So,
okay, maybe this won't be completely horrific.
Yeah, they've had support roles on a lot of stuff.
And Giant Bomb doesn't credit them for that game, the one I listed, Rogue Core, but let me look it up elsewhere. I'm sure
like
someone
Moby
else
Games
credits
is
them.
their
website doesn't either, so I'm gonna say they didn't work on it.
Nope, Wikipedia has them listed as working on it,
but their website doesn't.
All right, so Wikipedia says they did it, but even Toy Logic's own website's like, no, we didn't do that.
They're on Moby Games.
They're what?
They're on Moby Games is doing Contra Hardcore or Contra Rogue Core.
So what we're talking about is everyone but them admits that they made this fucked up game.
Man, they admitted to making Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Smash Up, but not Contra Rogue Core. That's fucked up.
Bob, I'm seeing a timeline for the fictional chronology of Contra.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. Did you know almost all of it takes place within 30 years? But then Neo Contra takes place 1800 years in the future.
That's amazing. See, that's why Neo Contra was good.
Hardcore Uprising, the first game in the timeline, also the best Contra game.
I think it's time for us to get through the rest of this news here.
Okay, let me. First of all, the Legends of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 4 will be out this fall. I'm happy because I was scared they would do East first and I would have to wait fucking 2 years to get the end of that cliffhanger. That would have pissed me off.
Do The Last of Us next.
Okay, The Last of Us 2 has been delayed indefinitely due to the pandemic.
Also, Iron Man VR.
Yeah, can't forget Iron Man VR.
That got delayed?
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, they're both indefinitely.
Okay.
They say the game is done, but there's logistic concerns, which, okay.
Yeah, it's hard to quality assurance your game when quality assurance companies are packing 100 people into tiny offices.
That's exactly you can't do quality assurance work from home. We're gonna send everybody our in progress $1 billion game. Don't leak nothing.
No.
You'd have some dickhead who's like fucking a temp at a QA being like, here's my stream of The Last of Us Part 2, baby.
Oh shit. This never even crossed my mind. I just assume they want to have the biggest dick launch they can. Because you got FF7 is just getting leaked everywhere because Australians have that fucking game now.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be. It's what Dan said.
Yeah, that QA makes so much more sense of uh-oh.
Because they'd have been because Naughty Dog is in fucking Santa Monica. So when California went, go home, they would have been dick deep in QA.
Yep.
And now it's like, no. But our QA, no.
Bill.
Okay. Yes.
I would like you to punch Atlas for me.
Okay, so
I actually don't know why, so I'm excited.
Persona 5 Royal came out. There's a survey you can do after you buy the game. The last question of the survey is, would you buy Persona 5 Scramble if it was localized, meaning we have not started localizing it or probably even decided to do that, or that wouldn't be a fucking question on this survey?
Yeah, it's the most insane thing. You have what is literally a sequel game. Plenty of hype.
A game that sold 3 million units.
But we're not sure we're going to bring it over. Buy the game again. Buy Royal. That's what you wanted, right?
I look forward to us getting to play that.
Come on.
June of next year.
Yeah. The PS5 is going to be out before this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. You'll be able to pop it into your PS5. It'll be great.
It's true. We'll get rid of those load times.
Yep.
It'll run real good. It's a Muso game, so there'll be a lot of things on the screen. It won't slow down.
People I know that imported it said that it's one of their best Muso games they put out yet.
So Bethesda found out E3 was canceled, undid their belt and went, ugh, and their gut flopped out over their belt. They're not even doing a digital showcase. It's just nothing. They're doing nothing.
Yeah. There's no point in doing a showcase if you have no games.
Yeah, just think about how Bethesda was. They did that first one in 2015? Or was it 2016? Where they did Fallout 4 and everything?
That was 15, so it would have been. So that was that, and that's when they blew everybody's dick off with Fallout 4 and the Atom Bomb song.
Yeah, that was their first E3 press conference, and there've been some years where it's we didn't need to do this, but there's the optics of we're big and important now. We have to do one every year.
We invented FPS, VR, streaming, your mom, and refrigerators.
TCP, IP, RAM, the internet,
DOS.
This makes it especially funny because Pete Hines was on Greg Miller's show, and when they asked him about E3, he's like, we're doing something a little bit different this time. So it sounds like they had already planned on to not trying hard anyway. So
A little
It
different.
seems insane
Nothing.
that they just have nothing.
yeah, it sounded like maybe they were going to do like some mini or some digital thing.
We have a mild change of course that we're going to do this year. Pulls out a gun and blows his brains out in the middle of the interview.
Oh no!
But
Whoa.
who knows? It could be all this pandemic stuff just delaying things to the point where it doesn't make sense to talk about it because you don't know when it's
Damn
actually
it.
going to happen.
Bethesda doesn't make enough games where even that covers their ass.
I know.
It's like
That's
they had
true.
a game. Oh, it's not ready. Well then.
No, they're going to totally show the Starfield.
Oh, yeah, Starfield.
I'm excited for Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah, that's
Game is
gone.
so
That's dead.
fucked. Every time I
Dude.
remember it.
Pete Hines talked about that game, and I laughed because I knew the damage control he had to do. He's like, "Yeah, we think there's some similarities between it and Doom Eternal." I'm like, "I'm sure there are." It's because you're in hell, right?
I really think me talking about Ghostwire Tokyo is very familiar to how the player will feel fighting 3 Marauders at once in Doom Eternal.
Oh no! I have to stay at mid range at all times. It sucks.
Okay. I need to be very calm for this next part. Randy, I love theft and exploitation, attractive from certain angles, Pitchford, is at it again. Gearbox offers below industry wages for all the positions at Gearbox. Their wages are below standard. In order to make up for this, they offer huge bonuses through profit sharing. Developers on Borderlands 3 were promised 5 and 6-figure bonuses. Except they're not getting them because reasons given range from shit that should have been foreseeable from space and should not have influenced this unless you were just lying when you told them they would be getting bonuses. Like, from then, at that point, you knew it wasn't happening. Like, the game had a high budget. We opened a new studio in Canada. To the insane... Like, this game underperformed. It sold twice as much as Borderlands 2, our previous best-selling game, but we expected it to sell even more.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
And, the DLC budget being like 70% of the game's budget, even though they had an engine swap in the middle of the game's development.
Also, real quick, we could continue with this, but you're fucking idiots that you started developing Borderlands 3 on Unreal Engine 3. Like, what the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't timeline match up at fucking all. What were you thinking? Anyways, continue.
There was Epic money in this. Where the fuck did that go? That didn't cover anything? You're still having this you can't give them bonuses problem with Epic giving you an enormous payout for Epic exclusivity. By the way, like 2 years ago, Epic took a $12 million bonus for himself.
Pitchford,
Also,
you
You mean Pitchford?
oh yeah, Pitchford. Who
Epic
did I say?
Pitchford.
Oh,
You said
Epic
Epic.
Pitchford. Yeah, Pitchford took a $12 million bonus for himself. Then he, also his lawsuit about him being an embezzler, that was resolved out of court with an NDA on all parties, so nobody can ever talk about the resolution of that. What he admitted to, what he paid.
No,
Nobody's ever allowed to know.
No, I was waiting for a payoff. That was in episode 2.
And, which I did not write in notes here because I didn't learn it later. Pitchford basically said, if you don't like it, quit.
If his whole studio doesn't quit, then I'm sad.
If you have any dirt on Randy Pitchford and you're trying, and there's any reason you're holding it back, what is wrong with you? This dude is a dirtbag.
It's insane.
He's a despicable thief.
Yeah, as you said episodes and episodes ago, you despicable little goblin man. I want you out of our show notes.
I can't even be that jovial about it anymore. He's just he's revolting. He's a revolting human being. He is everything wrong with the tech boss condensed into one singular person.
Yeah, Randy Pitchford is human fucking garbage, and the fact he doesn't hate himself every second of every day makes me even angrier. He's exploitatious. He's literally...
I think he might hate himself, Dan.
He's literally
I
the
think that's why he's
personification...
always so friendly.
He's literally the personification of everything that's wrong with fucking capitalism.
He also does magic tricks.
Yeah, that's covered under what I just said.
I really do think he hates himself, and that's why he's always trying to get people to like him.
It's that way he makes Borderlands. He wants to make something so caustic you hate him.
My new magic trick where your paycheck disappears.
It worked.
People like you. If this, I would act like if it was, even like a $5,000 bonus, I'd be, oh, that what a dirtbag. You let people make life course altering decisions based on what you promised them.
It fucking this is what disgusted me. Where it's like, people are getting $100,000 bonuses that he reneges on, and people go, that was their fault. They shouldn't have planned for it until it was in their account.
That's not how that works.
It's like, aren't you being a little naive? They've always done the bonuses. Apparently, according to that article, like it's always gone through, but this time, no.
But this time they made too much money. They made too much money and had too many employees to do the bonuses.
Yep. This time they decided not to. It's like, why were they supposed to expect different this time?
That's so fucking insane. What? You can't get upset your job didn't pay you. You shouldn't have counted on your job paying you like they have every 2 weeks for 4 years until it was in your account. That's your fault.
They're like, it shouldn't matter. It's a bonus. It's not required.
How come a person, me and Dan and Bob and KZ, are expected to have 6 months of everything we require to live in the bank, or we're irresponsible children? But if you're a giant corporation, you can have nothing and then go beg the government to give you money.
Yeah.
I'm always surprised by how many people are willing to go for bat for people like this. It's like, no, that doesn't make any sense.
Because they envision themselves as Randy Pitchford. They really get off on the idea of like, oh, Randy Pitchford made this studio all by himself and he earned his way up to the CEO status, and those people aren't entitled to the things he literally promised them as employees. Like, they would like...
I might be big and important someday.
Yeah.
I want to also rob people.
Yeah.
Ugh.
At least give me the chance.
Please.
Ma'am.
It's upsetting. He's a fucking piece of shit. I hope to God I never have to meet him.
With his badass sunglasses?
You mean his ass sunglasses?
Okay, yeah, yes.
That may be my favorite thing to come out of this is that ass.
Was that? Yeah. And then immediately someone said, bad.
Yeah, fuck him. Fucking human garbage. He gets...
Fuck him and this news.
Sure ended on a downer.
Yep. Hey, Bob.
Hey, Dan.
What are we doing in the next week?
Well, I hear it's April.
It is April.
Something might escape.
Oh, shit.
Something might escape.
Ape escape, roll, baby.
Apes will escape.
Roll.
Raw.
So make sure you're over on twitch.tv/GigaBoots to catch our Ape Escape streams. We'll be posting them to YouTube afterwards.
Looking forward to it. I love Ape Escape. Granted, I've only played the first two.
Yeah.
But Ape Escape was one of those games where I did not have a PlayStation. So it was like one of those dream games where it's like, man, wish I fucking had this console. This is the killer app to me.
Yeah, the Ape Escape is really good. Like, I constantly praise Mario 64 and a lot of things it got right for being a 3D platformer so early on, but I think Ape Escape actually is really impressive in a lot of ways that Mario 64 isn't. You know, the animations are a lot more impressive. It came out late that generation, for sure, on the PS1, but it's a fantastic game, and I enjoy a lot of things about it. I'm looking forward to playing those for the channel. Also, I might be doing the rant as go about PS5 versus Xbox Series X. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that comes together. Also, I referenced this elsewhere. We did that button to pixel for the Smash Mod multi-mod launcher that removes some input latency, and at the end of that video, I talk about we're upgrading our kit for how we're going to test input latency in the future. Looking forward to getting that done, but because of the pandemic, shipping some stuff's going to take a little bit, so don't know when that's going to be. Hey, KZ, what do you have going on in the next week?
Well, over this previous week, on the marathon that I do, I knocked out games 6 through 9 over the course of 3 days. So we only have one game left, Kingdom Hearts 3 in that. So I'll be streaming that throughout this weekend, which has already happened. And this week, I'm going to get that done. Back to daily videos, and Final Fantasy VII Remake's coming out on the 10th. So that'll be starting as a Let's Play on Friday, because I'll just get a New Zealand version to get started on that a little bit earlier. And yeah, I'm just moving stuff along. I'll probably have streamed Resident Evil 3 Remake by now, so that'll probably have been a thing. Because that game's like an hour, so I wanted to quickly go through that in a hyper stream.
I mean, if you're taking your time, it's an hour. I'm sure it's actually much shorter.
We'll find out.
Almost as long as Vanquished. 45 seconds.
It finishes fast.
Yeah. Hey, Phil, what do you have coming out in the next week?
I'm going to continue streaming Danganronpa 2. Hopefully by the next recording of Big Think Dimension, I will have completed it and be able to talk about it. That's going to involve, because I'm not... day after we record that, Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out. I'm not going to be streaming a visual novel the day Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out. So we're going to try to blast through that.
We're going to try and
You're
going to try and blast through Big Thing. You're like, it's unlocking!
No, I go to bed at a normal time. I can wait, 8 hours to sleep. But yeah, hopefully by next Thursday I'll be able to talk about Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair.
Bye. I need a funny.
Oh, I thought you saying bye, was it?
Yeah, that was the funny, Casey.
No, that wasn't funny at all. I'm gonna do this bit again.
Okay, I'll tell a joke.
All right.
KZ,
Yes.
what do you call a cow with no legs?
I don't know. What do we call?
Ground beef.
Wasn't that funny, Dan?
I'm going to defer to Bob on this. Bob, was that funny?
I've heard it before.
Was it funny the first time you heard it?
No.
I'm hitting stop, by the way. We can stop.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Big Think Dimension. If you would like to support the GB Podcast Network, head on over to patreon.com/GB Podcast, so that way you can get exclusive behind the scenes on stuff, other content. There's a lot of content. It's basically non-ending avalanche of content. So head on over there, become a $5 backer or a Podlord today. This video was brought to you by the power of the legendary GigaBoots executive producers: Vincent Pover, Nicholas Cameron, E. Lee Broyles, Star Falcon, Spaceman Spiff, Danny Richardson, Dryzart, Red Blaze 27, and Texas Man joins Smash. Thank you for lending us your power, our executive producers.
And also these guys.
If you want to become powerful like our executive producers, then head on over to www.patreon.com/GigaBoots today.